Hey, you're right, guys. Trophy Munchers Joe here, and today we are watching and reacting to episode 4 of Shadowhunters season 3. Last episode was fantastic. This entire season so far has been great, so no doubt that episode 4 that is going to be entertaining as well. What should be like the worst episode of all time now, but yeah, last episode I gave it an 8.7 out of 10. I loved what was going on with Raphael, Alec, Magnus, Simon. Everyone was just great. They were just adorable. And they just all nicely spread out. I don't know. They're doing it. I think they're doing a good job with focusing on every relationship because it's so easy for shows to have like that one couple that everyone adores and they just focus on that, and then the others are like side couples. Whereas here, I feel like they just give so much time to everyone, and it's just I don't know. It's kind of nice and refreshing to see. Like you don't get that with many other shows. So yeah, we only have like 6 episodes left. So I'm kind of gutted that it's coming towards an end. Because typically at this point, season 3B should be around the time of airing. But no, I think a lot of people have said it's airing early 2019, which is unfortunate, of course. But yeah, we'll see what happens with episode 4. So if you enjoy, remember to leave a like. If you're new, remember to subscribe. And if you do want early uploads to Shadowhunters, then a link to the Patreon page will be down below. Helps support the channel as well, and there'll be links to Twitter and Instagram if you want to follow me on there, and Discord if you want to join that and talk about Shadowhunters with myself and others. But yeah, episode 4, let's do it. Dude, I bet when that was live, I bet everyone, like, my Shadowhunters fan, I bet they were like, no, just dying inside. Why is it? I've got to watch episode 5 now, fuck. I'm not happy about this. Okay, there we go, guys. That is episode 4 of Shadowhunters season 3. Yeah, it was a good entertaining episode. I think it was probably the slowest of season 3 so far, but not in the bad sense. Like it wasn't slow, boring. It was just kind of not with the main story. Not a lot kind of happened. It was definitely kind of focusing on this side plot, and that was my one negative. I think that half the episode, like literally 20 minutes of the episode, I'd say, was focusing on this annoying vampire girl and giving Raphael a story. I'm all for Raphael having a story because I think he's actually a really good character. I just didn't care much for this girl at all. Seeing the end scene with Izzy, I can actually understand why. I don't agree with it, but I can understand why the girl would want to hurt Raphael. Like it makes perfect sense. Like he was sat in that basement torturing her, trying to become a daylighter. It's just like, dude, you deserve what you got in a way. Like I can't blame her. She's annoying. I do not like that vampire girl. Like she's so annoying. But yeah, you can understand why she'd want to do that because, dude, basically had the same thing happen to her over and over again. So yeah, Raphael messed up, and now he'll get what he deserves, I guess, which is a banishment. Izzy ain't gonna talk to him for a while, I'm sure. So, but yeah, that story didn't really care much for it. It wasn't boring, it wasn't awful, but it just, yeah, it was fine. Then I put like Simon conveniently finding a place so easy, but that was actually explained at the end there with the dude called Luke. Because part of me was like, that feels so easy and so set up that the show has to have had it happen for a reason. And I like the geezer he's like moved in with seems okay. I'm sure he's going to end up being like a bad guy. I kind of hope not. But yeah, it was. I'm just mad how I followed him on Instagram because of KJ Apper. He plays Archie in Riverdale. Um, he's in Shadowhunters. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, that felt a bit easy, but at the same time, it's understandable why that felt so easy. So yeah, Simon's little side plot was him moving in, I guess, trying to find a place, which I liked. I think that was entertaining enough, and we had a couple of cute scenes with him and Maya as well. Like, I had two like big positives, and kind of it's was there, I guess like Magnus and Alec, like, but they didn't do much. It was like Magnus being there for him, but we knew that anyway. Like it's not really anything to do. He's just doing what he always does, which is be there for him. So my two positives was like Jace in general. I think Jace was actually the highlight of this episode for me. Just him completely losing himself and then actually telling Clary at the end like he feels like he's losing his mind. I do feel like they're at a really good pace with Jace's story at the moment. It hasn't felt dragged out. It's not felt too quick. It's just a nice pace for his story, which I really like. And it's something different that we haven't seen with the show before. So yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. And hit again. Dominic's acting was just great. Like every scene he was in, when he was talking to Luke about his mother as well, thought his acting was just great. Like I say, Jason's my favorite character, but I do think Dominic is the best acting wise. Like he's just fantastic. Every scene he's in, when it's like emotional scenes or like action scenes, whatever he's doing, I think he really pulls it off. Like in season one, he stood out as like the best actor, and I think that was kind of stuck as the seasons go along. That's not to say the other actors aren't great; they're fantastic, and they've actually really improved from season one. And then scenes like season two, and then in season three, like they're just better and better. Where I think Dominic is like the most consistent of like he's just always great when he's delivering like the emotional scenes. And this episode again just really proves that, because I have mentioned it plenty of times before, but this episode was just like, yeah, especially when I think the scene where he's talking to Luke about his mom. I was like, dude, he's sick. So yeah, and then I put Maya going off at Luke. Like Maya's, wow, I love her. She's like one of my favorite characters. She's definitely in my top 5, I'd say. I'll do when I catch up with Shadowhunters, I'll do a top like 10 characters or something like that, or top 10 episodes. We'll play around with Shadowhunters videos and see what happens until 3B comes back. But she's probably in my top 5 if I was to think about it, because yeah, her going off of Luke was just like, oh, what's the line? I can't remember the exact line she said, but when she's like, oh, it's none of their business if I'm dating a vampire, and oh, I can't believe that actually just came out of your mouth and all this. Oh, I was just like, dude, I love her so much. She's so cool. So yeah, I think it was a good episode. Oh yeah, and then we had like the side story of Clary and Izzy. I like them two teaming up. Like those two are great, but it's just them doing a little mission of trying to find this vampire, and then they killed him, which was cool. It's cool seeing like them just doing regular missions that aren't like a big huge plot or something, because they would obviously have stuff like that as well to deal with. So I think it was nice to see that. Again, it's not really going to affect the main story in any way, but it wasn't bad as well. I didn't put it in the negative. I didn't really put it in the positive either, because it was what it was, which was like a side mission, which it's cool. It's cool to see. So yeah, this episode felt like one of those kind of episodes that it wasn't filler. No, it definitely wasn't filler, but I mean like it was kind of just one of those episodes that to progress the story a little bit. Like it didn't progress it like too much, because we had like the big ending last episode where it's like Jace is actually the owl, and this episode was just kind of adding more to that instead of like progressing it too much, which I liked and appreciated. So yeah, I'd say it was the weakest of season 3 so far, but I still really enjoyed it, and I'll give this one a 7.4 out of 10. I think it was a good episode. Yeah, we're almost halfway through season 3A already, dude. What the fuck? Yeah, thank you for watching though, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Everything I mentioned at the start of the video will be in the pinned comment down below, so make sure to check those out. And I'll see you next time for episode 5. Until then, peace.